So there are 7 big areas that I started. Yes, 7 big areas. There's more than that, but I teach on the big 7. I like odd numbers because I'm an odd guy. I can be a little loony at times. So areas of prospecting, man, that word keeps coming up. There's 7 big areas. First one we're going to talk about is service drive. We're going to dive deep into that in just a minute. Then we have Facebook Marketplace. We all know that's a big one, right? Why is Marketplace such a big one? Who here knows how many the ratio of customers that go on Facebook Marketplace versus those that go on Auto Trader, Cars.com, and Car Gurus all combined?
You know, to push it with ads, or it's just more attraction on Facebook Marketplace?
It's out there. It's free. It's out there. Do you know there's 5 to 1? 5 times more people go on Facebook Marketplace to buy a vehicle than they go on Auto Trader, Cars.com, or Car Gurus. Why is that? There's 2 big reasons. One, it's just like going to Walmart. Everything's on Marketplace. So it's just like everything. They're shopping for jewelry or this clothes. Guess what pops up as well? Cars. It's like, ooh, more people are on there looking, right? Versus Auto Trader. Do you go to Auto Trader to look for clothes? No. You in the wrong spot, or you got something missing upstairs, right? So, 5 times more people. Holy cow. I need to be on there. Where are your dealerships not at? Marketplace. Why is that? Because Meta kicked them off. Meta said, get the hell out of here. Why? Because they were screwing it up. They were treating people wrong. Meta cares about their people. As much as people say their customer service is horrible and hard to get in touch with, it really is. Don't get me wrong, but they deal with billions of people, right? But their customer service, and they have tons of rules, and they're always changing. The algorithm's always changing. Why is that changing? Because there's so many scammers that are out there, and it's trying to detect them, to go through and pick through them to protect its people, to protect its system, right? Because people want to be on there to buy. So there's rules for it. Can you accidentally get yourself caught by one of those rules and be considered a scammer and you're not a scammer? 100%. It happens all the time. I've been in that boat. And I will talk about that boat today. It sucks. But it does happen. My wife knows when I found out the first time, I was pissed. Woo! Woo! I was pissed that day. I was off that day too, and I was fuming. But none of the dealerships are on there, but several salespeople are posting on Marketplace, but they're making a ton of mistakes, and we're going to talk about those today. Because when I sold 60 cars, how many do you think I sold from Marketplace that month?
Probably 20, yeah, I would say 15.
Higher.
Wow, 30?
I sold over 30 cars from Facebook Marketplace that month.
Wow.
I was selling on average 20 cars from Marketplace. Now, I did have an assistant because I was selling a ton, and I teach this, but I did have an assistant that was all her job was Facebook Marketplace because I was that busy on it. I was getting 30 to 40 leads a day from Marketplace. And I wasn't a master yet. Like, I learned a lot of new tricks even after that on how to get them things that I was making mistakes on that I've learned from doing research and further diving in, because I sold 60 and I probably could have been selling 80 or 90 had I known what I know today. It happens. When we dig in and research, we find and we learn new things, because like Jamari said, he wants to be a sponge and always bringing it in. I'm the same way. My wife gets on to me. I buy so many freaking books. I'm always buying a book. I'm always doing some new training. Because if I keep learning, then I can never teach you guys everything that I know. There's always something new to teach. Hey guys, I know a lot of you have been wanting to get to the next level. What I want you to do right now is text me. This is my personal cell. All you have to do is text me who you are and what you need help with to get to the next level. So go ahead, text me right now, 205-952-6224, and I will help you crush it. As well, I got a bonus for you. Scan this QR code and get into our free community and unlock some courses for you as well. Let's crush it together, and let's get back to the video. Okay. Then there's your lot. Is that a prospect? Why do I teach your lot as a prospecting source? Because so many sales reps, and burned my blood this last week. So I went around. Jamari, you were at your dealership when I went and passed flyers out. I went prospecting for this event. Didn't get a lot of people, but you know what? I got some. And is some worth it? Hell yeah. Right? Because it works. It doesn't have to work fully. It works. Just 1 or 2 is all I need. Because if I do 1 or 2 from all 7, damn, how many is that? 14? On top of what the dealership's bringing into me? There you go, right? So I walk up. Who's here pulled on a lot and see the customer? I don't have my phone on me. But they're just, the sales reps are just sitting out there staring at the phone. They never look up. They're sitting huddled around the golf cart. Just like this. They're just leaned across the door. They're out in the smoke pad. They're all leaning across the car. They're sitting in the car sleeping. I've seen it, right? They open the door, don't even greet you. We see it all the time. It boils my blood. Well, I'm just on the lot looking, or I'm just sitting out here looking. I've even been at dealerships, so the dealership I'm training at, literally the sales reps, imagine this is the glass window, and you can see the whole lot. They're literally just standing here, leaned up on the shelf, just looking. Phone's not even out. They're just looking for hours. Holy cow. How many phone calls did you make today? I made 8. My work plan's done. How many cars you sell? I ain't sold one. I've sold 1 this week. Where are you at for the month? At 2. Where you want to be? 15. Are you on pace for it? No. But my work plan's done. Is your work plan right in your paycheck? Hell no. Who signs your paycheck? You. Your owner doesn't even sign your paycheck. You sign the paycheck. You are the last one that signs your paycheck. Your lot is your prospecting source. Get out there. There's a time to be out there and a time not to be out there, right? Who knows what 2 times on the lot that the best customers come in to buy a car?
Every time they pull up.
Well, that's true, but when do most customers pull up? In the morning?
Yeah, after work.
And after work. Now, Saturdays are different because Saturday time shifts a little here. Do you know why that is? Because Saturday they didn't just decide to go out and look at a car at noon. When did they go look at a car? They went to the first dealership at 8 or 9 o'clock, and who screwed it up? Then they're on the next dealership at 12 o'clock ready to buy a car. If you don't screw it up, you can sell that customer. But guess what? The one at 4 or 5, they're done. They're ready to buy. They'll sign whatever you put in front of them, right? Just don't screw it up. On your weekdays, from 8 o'clock, even 7:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock, those customers that first come on your lot, are those more likely the ones that go straight to the box first? Because they saw the car online last night, or they walked by the dealership last night, saw it, and they don't want it to sell, and they're ready to buy now. So when do I want to be on the lot? Right then. Because isn't it nice to get your first sale done right off the bat? Why do most sales reps set appointments first thing in the morning? Because they want to sell a car. Quit doing it. We'll teach you what a time to set appointments, because that's when customers are coming in. Because if I just sold a lot up and then my appointment showed up at 11 o'clock and I sell that, now I just sold how many cars? 2, and it's not even lunch yet. Man, I'm going to go find that one at night and I'm going to get that hat trick because now all of a sudden I'm energized. When's the best time to sell a car? Right after you sold a car. So why not sell a car first? You had an appointment that had to get set up. You had a 911. You couldn't get the lot up, right? You haven't got anybody today. Hell, you know what I'm going to be in the lot? 4 to 6. I'm going to get that customers coming right after work ready to buy because I'm going to take care of them. Where everybody else is tired for the day and thinks the day's going to be done, they're just sitting there just going, I've already done my work plan. I'm done. I'm going to scroll Facebook and YouTube. Come on. Who wants money? I want money. I want to retire. I needed money to start my company. Spent a good fortune doing it. But I was only able to because I worked for it. I'm only able now to have a lot more freedom and to be able to love and add on to people because I spent my time in the grind early on. And we'll talk about that in a little bit on the sales rep grind and where it goes. Orphan owners. We've already talked about that. I'll go through deep in that. Social media. I'm going to touch briefly on it. There's a whole bigger training I can do on social media. Referrals. There's a big training I can do on that, and we'll touch on that briefly as well. Now, service drive. I'm in my service drive. That is my gold mine. Why is it a gold mine, Ken? Why is service drive such a gold mine?
I mean, these people are already customers of the dealership, first of all, and they're there. They're right in front of you.
They're freaking there, right? I'm standing here waiting the lot and I got 20 customers in service. Holy cow, what the heck am I doing? But yet we're standing here waiting for something that's not there, throwing a penny in the well, just wishing, and I've got money sitting right here. What's the most expensive thing in the dealership? The empty chair sitting in front of you, so why not we put a butt in the seat? What's my job? To find butts to put in a seat. Do I have to put them in a car seat? No, I need to put them in a seat in front of my desk. That's what I mean. It's not putting them in a car seat, it's putting them in a seat in front of your desk. That's the seat you got to put them in, not the car seat. Now, you got to put them in the car seat to get them in that seat. Don't skip that step. Very, very important. We'll talk about it. Service drive. So how can we prospect service drive? We can do exactly what you were doing, Damari. There's several ways. You can go around and when you talk to a service customer, what are you trying to do? Get their trade. You want their vehicle, right? You want them to upgrade. But your service customers are a little skeptical. Why are they? One, they've never bought a car from your dealership. They may not like how your sales team does things, but they go to your service. That's a lot of dealerships out there. They don't want to buy because they didn't plan on buying. But can they buy? Should they buy? Could it be the right time for them to buy? Heck yes. Why? Service customers in there because their vehicle may need routine maintenance. They got to pay money for it. Or it's got an issue. Whether it's warranty or what's called customer pay, Jamar, you may not know this. When a customer comes in and has a service issue and it's not under warranty, it's customer pay. The customer has to pay for it. Okay, so that's what they call customer pay. Do you want to keep a car that had a problem? In reality, do you really? Right? No, because what could happen? We hear our customers say it all the time. Man, that one's got recalls. I don't want something else going wrong with it. Man, I just bought this car and I have to replace something in warranty. I don't want to keep it. What if something else goes wrong? Or you're looking at a Carfax and a used vehicle and they had to do some torque converter or something else. They had to replace the AC compressor. And they go, man, if something else is going to go wrong with it, I don't want that. I want something else, right? Carfax can kill that deal on that. Rightfully so, because they think about it. You probably think the same thing. I can tell you when I replace an AC compressor in a car, what's going to go bad in that car again in a year or two? The AC compressor. Even if I put an OEM on it. That's just, unfortunately, there's cars that tear up certain components in a certain amount of time. It happens. Customers don't want to keep it, but they feel stuck. And why do they feel stuck? Because they're uneducated. If your credit's a 500, I've been there, and you've been trying for a year or two to get it back, what's going wrong? How come you can't fix it? Because you're uneducated. You don't know what's affecting it. I can tell you there was a lot of things that were affecting my credit score, and I didn't know until I went to a credit repair group, and they taught me. Now, I didn't purchase it. I didn't do the stuff that they wanted me to do and purchase it because I was stubborn. I was like, no, I ain't doing that. But then I said, I went and did it, and after it fixed my credit, right? But I became educated. I've also become educated in how customers go about buying a car. That education is important. I can tell you your managers don't want to teach you that. Why they don't want to teach you that is because you start thinking about how the deal is going to get funded, how it's going to get financed, how it's going to go through, and you start structuring the whole deal in your head. Don't do that. But you do need to understand how to explain the numbers to a customer, okay? Because people buy off emotion, but they justify the buying off logic. Does it make sense for a customer to get out a vehicle that has warranty issues or has had a lot of service? Yes, for some extremely important reasons. The more they have to replace the AC compressor, or the transmission, or the engine, and you just spent $8,000 to replace that engine. Say your vehicle's worth $15,000 and the engine's $8,000 and you spent $8,000 to repair the engine. Is your vehicle worth now $23,000? No. What's your vehicle worth? $15,000. Where did the $8,000 go? In the hole. If you didn't replace it, what would your vehicle have been worth? It had only been worth $7,000 because it cost $8,000 to repair it, right? Now it's worth $15,000. So the $8,000 just kept you having the same value you have. So you're just spending money. Why would you spend the money? Let us spend the money as a dealership, because we may send it to wholesale and just save you some money. Right? Can you finance that repair? It's cash out of your pocket, right? Now, say you just replaced the torque converter or the transmission replaced and it was under warranty. What happens to the value of that vehicle? Why? Because Carfax sees a hit. Because the customer's not going to want to buy a vehicle that just had an engine replaced or a transmission replaced. It didn't cost you anything, but your value just dropped. What happens to a vehicle every month? Dollar amount, the dollar amount of depreciation in every vehicle every month, period. Do you know it's $500 plus? If you're in a Mercedes, Land Rover, or a luxury vehicle, it's a higher dollar amount. It's almost $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Every month it's dropping. It's about $500 to $1,000 a month. If you took about a $40,000 vehicle, right? My pens are over here. I thought I grabbed them, but I didn't. So if I bought a $40,000 vehicle, do my math here. All right, how long am I going to keep that vehicle? Or say that vehicle in 5 years. What's that vehicle going to be worth? About 20%. Okay, so what's 20% of 4K? 8K, right? So let's do this. 32K divided by 4 is what? 8K, so that's 4 years, right? Or no, divided by 5, I'm sorry. 5 years. So that's about 6K, right? We'll just keep it simple. 6K divided by 12 months equals $500. If it's higher than 40K, the national average is 40K for a vehicle, right? Now trucks may be worth 12K, so it may actually depreciate a little bit less. But if I put higher mileage, like myself, I drive 30,000 miles a year. My vehicle's dropping more than that, right? But the average is about $500. So is your vehicle going to be worth more today than it ever is going to be worth? Yeah, I want to get you the most money. Well, I'm going to hold off for my equity. Great. How much is your car payment? Car payment's $400 or $500. Great. You're going to have the same equity you have now 6 months from now. Why not go and take advantage of it now? And actually, you're probably going to have less, because what's going to happen? You got interest rate. They're paying interest, but yet their vehicles are appreciating more than they're paying the principal. That happens on vehicles. It's not just 3 years anymore. Vehicles are appreciated, especially sedans, real fast. Luxury vehicles, real fast. Anything that was bought like $100,000 is going to be worth about $50,000 in 3 years. That's a huge chunk, but yet they're not paying that much because they're taking it over a 7 or 8 year loan. Think about that, right? So it's worth more than it is now. What happens to the price of vehicles every year?
Goes up.
Goes up. New vehicles go up, right? What happens to used? Used vehicles go up. What are we hearing right now? What's the number one reason? Well, one of the number one reasons, one of the top 5 reasons that customers don't want to buy a vehicle right now.
Price.
The price is too low or too high, is what they like to say, right? Well, we know the price is going to go higher. The other thing is, what about the market? Man, the market's it's not good right now. Nobody's buying vehicles. There's not a good time to buy vehicles because nobody's buying vehicles. What happens to the price when nobody's buying something?
Goes down.
Goes down. What happens to the price when everybody starts buying? Goes up. Guess what happens to the housing industry? It does the same thing. Housing industry does it, right? Everybody understands that with the housing industry because that house appreciates in value. They don't understand it because something's depreciating in value. They think that it's just going to stay this way. But if more people are buying, do I have to give better discounts? Do I have to have it cheaper? No. And if new cars don't have to be discounted as much, what happens to the used car value? It actually comes up. Because that can happen on a trade. I've seen that happen once or twice, but it's very rare that on a trade it happens. But when I'm selling it, it'll follow that. Because if the market says I can bring more money, you think a dealership's going to sell it for more money? Yeah, because they've been sitting on it for 60 to 90 days, and the market can fluctuate. It can go up and down for what they can get for that vehicle. It happens. So when we see these trades when the market went back up and the trades now next year because the new prices cost more. Well, it's going to cost more to get a 3-year-old truck. I'm going to wait till next year when prices go down. Okay, well, I'm just going to get a used vehicle. Great. Same vehicle that's 3 years old now, a same 3-year-old vehicle next year is going to cost you more. Why not go ahead and pull the trigger now? Because you're going to save probably about $8,000 by pulling the trigger now instead of waiting 3 or 4 years like you're talking about. See, I'm just logically explaining it to them. But I know that that's the best time for them. So me explaining it, I feel very good about it. I'm not trying to just push them into something they don't need. I'm really here to help them.
Justify the logic.
There you go. You see where I'm digging in at? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help them. Okay? So, service drive. When I get up to them, I'll walk up. I'll do it several different ways. I can walk up and I can go, "Hey, Jamari, how you doing today, man?"
Doing good.
My name's Daniel. Welcome out to the ABC Motors, man. I see that you're here in service, and I saw you here a couple months ago. You just getting an oil change, routine maintenance? What are you getting done to your car?
Oh yeah, just getting oil change.
Just get oil change? Awesome, man. Taking care of it. That's good. It's good. It's holding the value because you're taking care of that vehicle. Now, where did you purchase that vehicle from? Was it here or was it from another dealer?
It was from another dealer.
From another dealer? Oh, man, you're just like most people. You're looking for that best deal out there, right? Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I tell you what, would you mind if I give you a free equity check on your vehicle today? That way you know where you're sitting at?
Oh, we can.
Awesome. Awesome. Come follow me, and we're gonna take care of it. It'll take about 5-10 minutes. We'll get you that. We'll check this way you know where you're at. Cool. Now you see where I got them out of service drive. Now where are we going to?
Next step.
My desk. I'm in the next step. What am I in now?
The chair.
I'm in the needs discovery. I'm doing a needs discovery. Then I'm doing a trade analysis, and I'm giving the information. Now, Jamari, hypothetically, I give you a ton of money for this vehicle because we need vehicles out there. We're selling a ton of used vehicles, and my owner literally went to our GM yesterday and said, "You have to buy 50 more vehicles for this lot in the next week." So he's willing to spend some money to get that. And if I could give you way more money than what this vehicle should be worth, hypothetically, what would you want to replace it with?
Something new. Maybe a Ram.
Maybe a Ram? Awesome, man. And so I see you've got a truck now. Are you looking to get some upgraded features in this truck? Or do you want to kind of just keep the same thing, just have the newer body style?
Newer body style.
Newer body style? Awesome, man. Is there anything you would change in your new truck that you don't have in this one?
The seats, the features.
You want some leather in it? Okay. I could put leather in it. Now, if I could show you how to put leather in a vehicle and save you a couple $1,000s, would that be beneficial for you?
It will.
Awesome, man. I've got the perfect trick for you. I'm going to go pull it on up, and we'll take a look at it while they're looking at your tray. That way I'm saving you time on both sides. Sound fair?
Sound fair.
Awesome. I'll be right back. Boom. That doesn't work that way all the time? No. But guess what? I'm only hunting for what? 1 to 2 deals. If I'm hunting for just 1 or 2, and I talk to 3 to 5 service customers a day, hence I said talk to 3 to 5 a day, you think I can get one of them to come to my desk a day? If I can get one of them to come sit down at my desk a day, you think I can close one of those 20-something that month? You think my manager's going to do something to put a deal across the board? Yeah, buddy. You think I might find a mini out of it at the worst case? Yeah, buddy. You think if they're hungry to sell a vehicle? Because I don't care. They need to sell a vehicle. They got unit bonus. You think if they need to hit that unit bonus, they're willing to let something go losing $2 to $3 grand? Yeah, buddy. I'm just saying. Old age spiffs. Man, I've seen some old age spiffs, 200, 300 day old vehicles, have a good spiff with it. Man, I sell it for a mini, but I made a spiff off of that, right? You'll learn what spiffs are. You guys don't have spiffs at your dealership, unfortunately. No, if they did, they would sell more, but unfortunately. You see where I'm getting at? Now, what if I did this as well? So I'm going to borrow these business cards, Ken. I love 3 business cards. I teach it. 3 business cards every time. Hey, Jamari, how you doing? My name's Daniel. Welcome to XYZ Motors, man. Congratulations for coming on in and enjoying the beautiful day, taking care of your vehicle. Now, I just wanted to come introduce myself. I'm one of the top sales reps here. Did you purchase your vehicle from us? Because I didn't remember seeing you here with this vehicle. Or did you purchase it from another dealer?
Another dealer.
Another dealer. Where'd you get it from?
I got it from Bust them out.
Buster Miles, man, they always getting good deals out there. I hear. That's why you went there, right? But you love our service department, right?
Yeah.
Man, we are changing things. We are making some major deals here. Buster Miles hasn't beaten me in 3 months. So I've got some great deals. But I love taking care of people. I'm the top sales rep in the state. I've got 3 business cards here. I'm not pressuring y'all. I just want to introduce myself. You come get your stuff here. What if you had somebody to call to schedule your service? Instead of having to get that voicemail all the time and they call you back and you come in here and they weren't waiting for you. Now you got to sit here all day. What if I could save you some time by just calling me and setting that appointment? Would that be beneficial for you?
Yeah, that's not good.
Man, just do that. That's what I'm here for. You didn't buy your car from me, but I want to take care of you like you did. And I'm going to tell you what, if you know anybody in the market or next time you're in the market, reach out to me. I've got some referral programs as well. I do a thing, it's called the quickest way to $1,500. We do $200 for every referral that you send me, but if you send me 5, I'll give you a bonus $500.
Oh, that sounds great.
$1,500 to take care of all your service work you're getting done, right?
Yeah, that's a free.
Man, that's a Christmas coming up. Anybody you know, refer them to me. I'd love to take care of them. That's just all I'm about. No pressure at all. Thank you for coming in. Now, real quick, I noticed your hot chocolate's almost up. Do you need some more hot chocolate?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Let me get a cup for you.
All right, thanks.
Did I have to sell or push anything?
It's just you loving on them.
I'm just loving on them. I didn't even ask to buy anything. Can I talk to more than just 3 or 5 customers doing that?
You talking 20.
Yes. And why did I give him 3 business cards?
So he can pass them out.
He can pass them out. But what's going to happen? He's going to put these in his wallet. What if one fell out somewhere? He's still got 2. What if he stuck these in his junk drawer and one's lost? Now he's got them sitting out there. But the number 1 real estate on the back of this card is the most profitable. It's not here. It's here. On the back of your business cards, get your referral program written on there. How much you give out. And we'll talk about that when I hit the referrals, the little bonus sheet that I talked about. But that's 1 to 2. Marketplace. Your first month getting on Marketplace, you should be able to push out 3 to 5. By doing it consistently. Ken, I know you're not doing it consistently. There's a lot of stuff I taught you you're not doing consistently, the commitment part. All right, so Facebook Marketplace, we can find 3 to 5. How do we go through Facebook Marketplace? I have a tool called AutoLister Pro. Jamari, you haven't been in the business very long. Jamari, you have. Have you heard of Shiftly? You've seen the ads on. I know you've probably seen the ads on social media.
With the
Okay.
people that just do it for you.
They don't do it for you. There's 2 companies out there. There's one that'll do it for you. And that can get you blacklisted pretty quick the way they do it. Shiftly can if you screw it up. Shiftly is a 1 click or a few clicks and post. It scrapes your website and puts the information on there. Shiftly used to resell what I had as well. I was part of a reseller program. He bought the proprietary rights. So me and another reseller created this, and I jumped on reselling his. It's the same thing, except this is on steroids. So this is called AutoLister Pro. Anybody that's in my coaching program gets this for free. This is included, and you're going to love this. This is an extension that goes on Google. It literally pops up over here that you choose what category, what emoji, what miles. You put this down here to even AI write your description. It'll do all that for you. All you got to do then is go to your Auto Trader website for your dealership or your cars.com website, your cargurus.com website. You go to that, it'll scrape that information and you can click post and it'll post it. Some of them will even do it off your dealership's website. And it'll have a little Facebook symbol, you click it, boom, it posts to your marketplace. It automatically pulls the pictures, it'll do an overlay. Do you guys know what an overlay is? Do you know what an overlay is, Jamari? Your dealership photo and then it's got the phone numbers and all, that's overlays. You could do your own overlay with this off Canva. What if you could see pictures and it had your phone number? You get more clicks, right? Boom, you can create all that. Now, we recommend when posting no more than 10 to 15 posts a day. Why is that? The reason why dealerships aren't on Facebook anymore is because they were posting so many at one time. Boom, 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 they were flooding the channel. Facebook couldn't control it. That's why it kicked them off. So Facebook is trying to prevent scammers in the AI system. Facebook is doing everything to scan for AI stuff, and it's penalizing it. So that's why I don't do AI written descriptions. I do my own standard one, and I'll go over how to write that description. But then I post vehicles. When I first got this tool, I had over 300 used vehicles that I could put on Marketplace. So I was putting a bunch at one time, like 30 or 40. Didn't hit me the first couple weeks, but then one day it did. I was teaching other sales reps because I was reselling this tool, and I was paying attention to what they were doing. And I was making sure they were following, and I was checking mine. So I typed in Mustang. Like we had a 2017 GT Mustang that was souped up. It was a GT 500, I believe is what it was. I was searching that one vehicle. My listing wasn't popping up. I would type my name in Marketplace, my listings would pop up. But if I typed that vehicle, it wasn't. It's like, what's going on? Start digging further. Found out there's a thing called shadow banning. Facebook will shadow ban you, and shadow banning can suck. The first time it happens, it'll probably last a few days. It may have happened to me. I just didn't catch it until I caught it when it was a big penalty. Because I was getting over 300,000 clicks on my listings. I went to getting 3,000 for 30 days. And that was the gold mine I was fishing out of. So I had to learn how to fish somewhere else, and my wife knows that I was pretty pissed. Because that was my gold. So I learned quickly, no more than 10 to 15, and then I thought about it. And this is where I came up with this, and Ethan, they stole it from me. When do you want to post your vehicles to Marketplace? Or when do you post on your feeds? We teach social media, post on feeds at certain times, right?
Yeah, sometimes I just do it in the morning. That's the best time, you know.
Marketplace is no different. Same thing, post in the morning, just like you said. Post between 6 and 8 a.m. Why is that? Because that's when people are on their freaking phone. They're getting ready, they're watching makeup videos while they're doing their makeup, and they're scrolling through Reels because they're just bored, waiting to get ready to go back to work. I talked to several sales reps, they wake up, they get ready, and they sit there for 30 minutes before they leave to go to work, just scrolling through Facebook. What in the world? But that's just what's going on. That's just human nature. So when you do this and you post to the groups in your Marketplace, it goes onto the feed. So it scrolls through. The other thing that happens with this is if I post at night, they're also on at the same time. Between 5 and 8 p.m. Boom. If I post in the morning, now it's doing some work for me. I posted at night, now I'm getting the people that are at home talking about it, looking. Because something went wrong in the day and they didn't get a chance to start looking until that night. So now I've got 10 vehicles. The same thing if I'm posting stuff on social media. Then when I'm doing my dealership, my information here, I don't put sell by dealer, but I also don't put anything that says my dealership information here because it gives them a reason to circumvent me. The other thing I do is make sure that I put my phone number, it's in emojis, not an actual phone number, because Facebook's scanning for that, it will penalize you. It won't keep it to the feed. Do your phone numbers in emojis. The other thing is your pictures. See how this overlay right here of your dealership? Delete that picture. Use these pictures. Don't put more than 6 pictures on Marketplace. If your dealership has a ton, get rid of them. You want a reason for them to contact you. That's the purpose of Marketplace, is not to sell the vehicles, for them to contact you. Okay? Take a picture at an angle. Put some nice backdrop in the backdrop. Take it somewhere where you can do that, right? On the interior, get one, and I would almost do it in a 3/4. Like this is the driver's seat here, and do it 3/4 this way in, and then do another one just from the front where the rearview mirror is, looking to the back. You don't need a ton, 4 to 6 pictures. If you don't do 4 pictures, Facebook will penalize you.
Quick question, you know how that picture right there, it shows the license plate, which shows Hendrick, right? I usually exclude that type of pictures, but does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter at that point.
Okay.
You're really, this stuff right here is what it's hard to avoid that sometimes. If you want to sit there and go edit the picture, you can. But here's the thing. Are dealership pictures usually really good? No. They suck half the time, right? Because that person's not really trying to sell the vehicle. So what you want to do is you want to go through and literally go post it, and then throughout the day while you're working the lot, you're taking pictures of the vehicles you just posted, or even a video. What if you did this, and I haven't seen anybody on Marketplace do it yet except for 2 people that I told to, and they've blown up? What if you took this Captions app, or the CapCut app, or the Twitter, the Instagram app, and you took some photos and you put this little cool template thing that creates this 30-second video that's nice and fun and engaging with some music on it? What if you put that on your Marketplace? Because the video is the first thing that shows versus your first picture. Does that not stand out to everything else as they're scrolling through and make them stop and click on it? Would you not want to reach out to somebody that went through and did some extra work? And guess what? If I have that video, could I send it out to somebody else that's inquiring about that? Can I post that on my social media feed as well because it's fun? Can I get some followers on TikTok that way? The next thing in here is groups. So you may not be able to see it, but when you join groups, you're looking for things that say city name, buy, sell, trade, city name, vehicles for sale. Because you can post to 20 different groups. Posting the groups will get your clicks up, will get listing saves up, and get more people following you. You're looking for groups at 209K, 58K, 30K. I don't like Corvette buy or sell trade unless you get a bunch of Corvettes in because you can't put other vehicles in there besides your Corvettes. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I focus on other things. Now, we're in Birmingham, Montgomery, Huntsville, Anniston. Is that just our DMA or can I post to Nashville, Atlanta, Jackson, Mobile? I can expand my DMA. So now my dealership's only going here, but I'm taking it out here. And it didn't cost me anything. That's what I'm looking for. Then there's this other thing here. I don't know if everybody knows this. It's called renew listings. You can do it from your desktop. It's a lot easier from your phone. But if you click on it and go to your feed, your listing will have to renew every 7 days. If it doesn't, it's not showing up in the feed. That's how Facebook gets rid of people that are inactive. So you need to renew it every 7 days. So constantly go through every day and check your feeds and renew them. Okay? Next thing on here is how to respond to leads. They send a little button and clicked it. Is it available? And you go, yes. Are you interested? Yes. When would you like to come see it? Come on. Hey, Jamari, thank you for reaching out. It is available. This vehicle is in excellent condition. I'm super busy with appointments today, but I have some time right now. What's the best number to reach you at? Think you're going to get a phone number then? What's the goal of the Facebook of the marketplace is to get them to reach out to you, right? That's the goal of it. Once they reach out to you, what's the next goal?
Contact information, dealership.
Contact information to get an appointment, right? Either get the appointment, but really it's to try to get the phone number. If I can get the phone number, then I can really put you in my workflow and I can keep you going. You trust me enough. If you don't trust me yet, I've got to do things to get you to trust me. Then I need to get the appointment. So I've got them to give me the lead. Now I got to get the appointment so that I can get them here and then I can sell the vehicle. Now, can I sell the vehicle remotely? Most dealerships you can. Some they still want you to come in and sign in person. But my whole goal is to get their information and get the appointment. Now, how do I do that? Most people just text on Marketplace. What if I actually took a video and sent a video to you? Would that not get you more engagement? Would that not show you I'm not a bot or just somebody else on the side of the computer just answering you? I'm actually a human being. You guys have to think more about that nowadays than we used to in the past. Than even when I first started selling cars. Because AI is so good now. Shelby Parker. I need to come in and see Shelby Parker. I want to work with Shelby Parker. God, I hate Shelby Parker. I wish they'd fire her. Shelby Parker's an AI bot. And no lie, I am not kidding you. I have had receptionists tell them, they don't work here, that's an AI bot. And the customer get up and walk out.
Oh, man. I say that's my assistant.
Yeah, buddy, that's your sales assistant. It wasn't that way when I first started there. We fixed that, but yes. Whew. They are so good. They're so good that there's coaching companies that are using setters that are AI bots, and they're just having a conversation. I'm creating a training program, Damari, to where when you go through, and it's going to launch soon, to where when I do phone up training and internet training, you literally get on a phone call with my AI bot that's in the program and having a conversation. You got to close them. And it's recorded. And if you don't close them, you get graded on it. You get graded on the video you sent in that watches your video and it grades you on a selling scale. That's crazy, right? AI has gotten so good that customers cannot discern between them. Used to be I could call a call center and I can tell you when it was a robot and when it was a human being. Or I can make the phone up and they start talking to me, I can tell you when it was a robot. It's getting a little harder. I can still pick up on some things now, but they're out there. They're getting really good. We've got to make sure that our customers understand that we're humans. We're real, okay? We're relational, not transactional. Think about your communication styles. Are you transactionally communicating or are you relationally communicating? Because what's going to sell the vehicle? Relational. And the vehicle's transactional, right? Vehicle's a piece of metal, but what you're selling as well. And you got to sell it relationally. So you have day one, you send a video. Hey, just wanted to put a face to the name. The vehicle is still available in great condition. I'm available most days this week to show the vehicle. If you have any questions, would you like any additional information on the vehicle, you can message me on Facebook, or my cell number is blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving him 2 options. Because why are they on Marketplace and not a dealership's website? Because they don't want to deal with the hassle and the games of the dealerships. They're not ready to talk to a salesperson yet sometimes, but they know dealership people are out here. They're just looking for somebody that's different. Day 2, did you get the video I sent over yesterday? Because I'm going to send them a video of the vehicle as well. Nope, then I'm going to send a personalized one. They hadn't responded yet. By the way, if I'm not a huge fan of this vehicle, I have access to a lot more inventory. I have 30 vehicles that match exactly what you're looking for, price and features. Chances are I can find something you like. When can we connect? Ending with a question, right? Day 5, I'm going to send a little fun gift, Forrest Gump, whatever, right? Day 6, I may do something. 7-day follow-up. You're going to have so many leads on Marketplace, you really can't do them after 7 days. But if somebody's on Marketplace, they're ready to buy in 7 to 15. Marketplace customers aren't ones that take 15. They're ready to buy in 7 to 15. But the problem is, they send it, we send an information, we never reach back out to them again. We're doing the same thing as we're doing to our internet leads. Stay following up them. That's how you're going to get through these deals and get more of them. Then your reviews. Oh, also in following up. When a customer sends an inquiry in, you have 5 minutes to respond to that customer. If you don't respond to the customer within 5-minute average, Marketplace sends your leads closer to the bottom. That's the number one thing they rate you on, is how fast you communicate back to the client. The other one is your reviews. If you've had a conversation going with 2 or 3 conversations back and forth with the customer, even if they didn't buy from you, they can leave you a review. You can ask them, hey, I know you didn't buy from me, but I'm sure you had a good conversation. I left you a 5-star review. Do you mind leaving me a 5-star review? They didn't buy from me, but I gave them something. Do you mind giving me one, please? Because I communicate good with you. The more reviews I get, it's just like shopping on Amazon or Google. Marketplace customers are doing the same thing. Why do you think you have 300,000 clicks and you only had a few people reach out? Because they clicked on it, but then after their research, they decided not to reach out to you. Okay? You can ask for it. Even sold customers, you can ask for the reviews. So that went through exactly how I talked about it. Now, what happens in Marketplace? You know, I told you we sold 30. We went from the first month, 3 to 5. Well, the second month, we start selling more. Third month, we start selling more. Fourth month, we start selling more because our vehicles are staying on there longer, right? We're getting consistent with it. If you're consistently posting every day, Facebook moves your stuff to the top because you're active, right? Here's the other thing. How many used vehicles do you have in your dealership, Jamari? 40, 50, 60, 100 plus?
Yeah, about
50 plus. You guys got about 60, I think.
Yeah, like 60.
Looking out at your dealership lot. You've got 100 and something. But you've got other dealerships in your auto group, because you guys part of an auto group?
Sounds like auto group.
You're part of an auto group. Can you sell across other dealers in your auto group?
Yeah, so my GM, he owns our Demopolis one as well, so we
Cross.
yeah.
Makes it easy. So you can sell their stuff too, right? You can be posting their stuff. With this tool, you can be posting it. Now, say that vehicle sold. When do you take it off?
What's the time?
Never.
A week.
Don't take it off. Leave it on there. Now, if it's been sold for about a month, that's when I'll go through. I'll clean it up once a month. I'll clean up my sold inventory. The reason being is because the whole purpose of them being on there is for them to reach out to me. Can I sit there and go, yes, that vehicle was available? Go and check the keys up, vehicle sold. Call the customer back. Hey, I'm sorry, I just want to let you know that vehicle did just sell. I've got some other ones that are just like it. When can you come in? Or you engaged a little bit to get some information with them, and then you told them it sold. Your whole point is to build trust, and then you can, hey, while we're doing it, it just sold, but I do have this available. Are you open to any of that? Does that make sense? You guys see where I'm getting at? Now I have more vehicles out there than what's on my used lot. Now I'm getting more leads in. That's the purpose of that. Because I've sold several customers that reply on Facebook Marketplace for leads, and they still bought a new vehicle. How many customers come on the lot, buy something different than what they came to see? 80%. Marketplace is no different. You can flip used to new just like you can flip new to used. The new inventory feeds the beast of the used with trades and customers that can't buy new but they can afford used, right? The used feeds the beast of new because you may not be able to get a customer bought on used because of loan to value or their credit, but you can get them bought on a new. It's crazy how that works, right? But it works. I never thought it until I got in the car business. It works. And it's the structure of a deal, and I can teach you. That's another class I do. But we're finding 3 to 5. From the lot, if I can get 15 lot ups, that's 7, right? If I get a higher percentage, that's 10. Business cards. Boom, I talked about passing 3 business cards out, right? Now, with passing 3 business cards out, that also means everywhere you go. So, like, if I went to Walmart, which I did this morning, and I went up to the express checkout, the AI checkout system, self-checkout. If I went there, and I have the referral thing on the back of my business cards, and I check out, right? And I scan, done, pass the bag, and I just left 3 business cards sitting on top of the scanner and walked off. Who's going to see the business cards next? Somebody else, right? And could somebody else pick it up? I don't need that, right? And then what do? They sit it there. How many have seen self-checkout? Somebody picked something up from in there and brought it here, left it there, and then you go, I bought it. Because it's impulse, because it was there, right? Yeah. That's why the candy bars are there, stuff like this. I was just thinking about buying a car. Maybe I'll reach out to them. My name is out there now. But I had the referral thing because it says free money. People pick it up. And then they may refer people because they know people. Because how many cars are sold within a 100-mile radius every single day? There's 1,000 customers buying a car every day. Just in here. There's millions of cars sold every day across the U.S. They know somebody that's looking. Right? It's just a matter of you got to entice them. You got to have your name out. Go to the gas station. I don't ask to leave cards. Boom, just leave it. Because I'm an introvert. I hate asking. I'm sorry. I'm still that way. I'm just going to leave it, right? So I go up to dealerships. How I got you guys? I passed flyers out and I left my business cards. I did the same thing. Let me show you the power of just doing this outreach with business cards. So the little story here. Ken doesn't know the full story, but he knows some of the story. Same day I passed cookies out to your dealership, Jamari. Yeah. You remember that, right? Yeah. It was a Wednesday. It was the same day. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think it was Wednesday. Passed cookies out. Went to Tuscaloosa first. Passed flyers out, passed cookies out, passed my business cards out. Okay? On the back of my business card, I have some information of stuff that I do, what I'm licensed on. Went and passed it out. I get over to the dealership across the street from yours and hand the cookies, hand the flyer, just want to introduce myself, say thank you guys, I've got a free event going on, or an event going on, just want to pass it out. I'd love to help you guys. Wasn't even trying to talk to a sales manager, wasn't trying to talk to a GM because I've done that before. You got to get past the gatekeepers. It sucks. Be surprised how many sales managers and GMs aren't looking for people to help their people and won't take the 5 minutes to come and talk to somebody. It's crazy, but it's out there. But on the back of this business card, literally I had passed them off to this dealer and I ran out of cookies because I was fixing to come to Birmingham. I got to go to Tuscaloosa Ford, so I was like, okay, I'm going to stop off at Sam's and pick some. I was pulling into Sam's. I hadn't been out of this dealership 5 minutes. Got a phone call. It was the dealership. It was the owner of the dealership. Saying, hey, I want to thank you for bringing cookies by for my guys. And I see you do disc. I've been looking for 4 years for somebody to do disc assessment for my people. When can you come by and talk? I said, well, I got free time right now. Would you got some time to talk? He goes, yes. He's a country boy, does business country, but do you know he's one of the top contributors to the University of Alabama's athletics department as a booster. So he's tied into a lot of people. But I reached out to him, right? And we talked. And then now I'm training in his dealership. That training has allowed me to step out of selling cars where I was trying for a year to do both to get this going because this was going to be, but it wasn't. Got to make money, got to pay the bills, right? To where instantly I was able to. Didn't even expect it to happen. Wasn't even looking to get a dealership. but it all came from what was on the back of my business card, not what was on the front. That's the power of just outreaching and the power of what's on the back of your card. That's, yeah.
So what's the difference between like just having it in the front? Do you know a lot of people that like just turn it around and just look at it, or they just look at it and be like?
They may just look at it and feel like that. That's fine. Some people are just going to do that and throw it in the trash. Okay. So law of averages, the more people I pass out, the more opportunity I have to find that one that is going to go okay. That's who I'm looking for. They're out there, and if I never did that, I never would reach out to them. If I never got my name. The reason why most people aren't successful is because, not because they're not great, not because they don't have the right stuff. Nobody knew they existed. That's the whole purpose of the business card, is so that people know they exist. This is why I don't like digital business cards. So can I go and air tap you my digital business card that goes in your contacts? Do you ever go in those contacts again and look for me? No, you forget about it, right? But if I hand you this sheet of paper, this business card, you get it, you put it in your pocket, it sits in your pocket, sits in your wallet for a week or two, right? Then you get out, you go clean your wallet with your receipts, you throw it in your junk drawer. Now it's in your junk drawer. Now it's floating around. How many times have you seen that business card?
Many times.
A year.
And then you look at it and go, man, I was just looking. I remember there's this car that's been passed around, this guy that sells cars. Where's it at? Because it's been passing around. They just didn't need it right then, and they just kept it with all their junk. I've done it with stuff that I've had. I go, where's that at? I had it. I was going to keep that for, and sure enough, right? So it goes out to all this stuff. That's what we're looking for. So the other thing, as we get going through the business cards, you'll find 1 to 2 out of that month from there. Orphan owners, what you're calling, you'll find 1 to 2. Now, when I teach orphan owner prospecting, you're looking for a list. Go to your managers and do this. Quit mining your CRM through all this. Or if you're going to do it yourself, get you just 100 customers. Because what happens if you mine and you're calling that person, you call and leave a voicemail, do you ever call them back again? No. You go right down to the next one, right? Well, you weren't at the right time. They weren't busy. They missed your voicemail. They didn't reach back out to you. Your voicemail wasn't enough to engage them. That's not how they... Whew, my wife gets on to me. I've had in my time where I've had 100 voicemails that I haven't even listened to. Well, I've already called that number back because I didn't listen to the voicemail, but I called the number back. And then it was a dealership. I don't want to talk to a dealership. Right? What if you reached out to them with text or reached out, something sparked their interest, right? Now, so what I'm looking for though is I want to make sure I'm not wasting my time with customers that aren't buying. What's the likelihood of them to be a buyer? Well, you all would say leases that are due in 6 months is a very high likelihood, right?
Yeah.
They need to. They got 6 months. They better start looking now. I just did one myself. High interest loan. We close, and Jamar, you'll learn this as you get into business. High interest loan customers, how do we close them? Man, I don't want to pay 26, 29% interest rate. I don't want to pay 19% interest rate. I've got a 525 credit score. I shouldn't have a 13.99% rate. Dude, 13.99 is pretty good. I'm just saying, on a vehicle that's 10 years old and it's got 180,000 miles on it, you got a good rate. But they don't understand that. So how do we close and explain them and get them to understand? Look, you're not buying the rate. I teach real estate agents that have asked me for help. Literally, man, the market is not good. The home rates are so high right now. I said, yep. Because the rates are high, what's happened to the price of the house? Well, the price of the house is lower because people aren't buying. Yep. So that house is now what, $50,000, $75,000 cheaper than what it would have been because the rates are high? Yeah. Awesome. So let me ask you, what happens when that rate drops down 2 points? Well, the house is going to go back up $50,000. Great. How much did that 2 points cost somebody if they bought it now and waited a year or two?
You know, it's crazy. I literally called a customer. I was calling customers yesterday. We got orphan list, everybody that was over 10%. And I pretty much said the same thing. I said, hey, do you still have this vehicle? And I let them know, like, yeah, I seen that you paid over 10%. You know, the Federal Reserve interest rates have came down. I could potentially get you a lower interest rate, save you some money, and keep you paying at the same monthly payment. Would you be something that you're interested in? 2 of them said yes, and it was, you know, it's a now I have 2 appointments set up for tomorrow morning and one in the afternoon. So
100%. But what happens, let me ask you this though. I know the Fed rates went down, but what if they didn't make their payments on time? Because why did they have a 10%? Because they weren't making their payments on time. Now, if they didn't make their payments on time, that's fine. So when we talk about you're not married to the rate, you can always refinance, right? Yeah. So how does that go over to cars? Well, if they don't make their payments on time, you've got a bad credit, so you've got a higher rate. What's the quickest way to repair your credit? A car loan. It's not a home. A home loan's harder to get when you have bad credit. A car loan's easier to get. But the reason why a car loan is the quickest, because car loans are typically $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. It's high ticket. Credit card that's $500, $1,000, it's not high ticket, right? You can be responsible as long as you don't max that card out, right? Well, you're just keeping it down. But if you can make a payment on $30,000 or $40,000 worth of loans and you can make that payment over a longer period of time and you're paying a higher payment, I can trust you with money. That's what they're looking at. So a car loan will help your credit faster than anything versus getting a credit card. Okay, but well, I'll just go get a credit card. Car loan is going to help your credit faster. It will literally raise you 100 points in about 9 months, if not sooner. The key is you can refinance that if you make your payments all on time. So here's what you're doing. It's called the President's Close. So Jamari, if the president came out there, and I struggle on saying the president because some people are triggered by that. If the government came out and said that we're going to give you an ability to reset your credit to $850. All you have to do is pay $2,400, and in 12 months, your credit's going to be new. You can go buy anything you want. You know the house you're looking at buying in 5 years on that little cul-de-sac? You got one that's paying $1,000 a month, one's paying $1,500, and one's paying $2,000 a month. They all cost the same. The difference is the rate that they got. They're paying higher in interest. So if I could tell you that we can get you where you can buy anything you want, all you have to do is pay $200 a month for 12 months. Would you do it?
12 months?
Hell yeah. You got a 500 credit score and I can get Dave? Yeah, buddy. Of course. That's why do you think credit repair companies are making killing right now? They're making bank right now because people don't know how to repair their credit, and that's what they're doing. They're not just erasing it off your credit. No. They're getting you into loans to help rebuild your credit the right way. You just got to still, because they're giving you money at the same time, you got to be making your payments. So as long as you made your payments, hey, that's one of the first things I ask. So I get a customer that's had a high interest rate at 15 or 20%. I go, hey, I know you bought your vehicle a month ago. How's everything going? You still liking that vehicle? Yeah, it's going good. Great. Let me ask you though, I know when we spoke, you were worried about the rate. Have you made all your payments on time? Yeah, awesome. Would you like to come in and look at maybe refinancing that vehicle or getting a better vehicle and a better rate and getting you a lower payment? Yeah, that's why I don't say the same. I say lower. Can I get them lower? I don't know. I could. I've seen people do it. So am I afraid of saying it? No. Am I lying by saying it? No. If I could get you a lower payment, would that make sense? Yes, great. Come in. We're going to see if we can get you a lower payment. If they get here and we can't get them a lower payment, is it okay? Sure. Yeah, I did everything I could. I tried to get them a lower, but I couldn't get them a lower. But would they buy? Yeah, because they see the interest rates lower. They're putting themselves in a better situation. Their vehicle probably has less miles on they're fixing to buy. It's under warranty. It's protected. It's peace of mind. It's got the features they wanted. That's a customer you want to call. Purchased their vehicle 3 or 4 years ago. Why is that? Because most customers trade their vehicle every 3 to 4 years. If you see a purchase cycle, like if you can get the information of how often they purchase and you see it's usually every 3 or 4 years, boom. You want to know a little trick I used to do with that? So we used to have where I could pull Carfax on any vehicle. I would take their VIN number and I would pull Carfax and I would see if there was an accident on it. And I would call them up. I'd go, hey, Mr. Customer, I know you had your vehicle and you had an accident, or I've seen there's been 2 accidents on it. Man, I'm sure you know with the accident, there's probably no telling when something else could go wrong with that vehicle. Do you want to go ahead and get something new that hasn't been in an accident and maybe get the same or a lower payment for you? Would that work? Yeah. Come on in. Let's set a time. So you see how I created a problem? Did he have a problem? Yeah, he has a problem. Does he realize he has a problem? No, not until I said it. How many times has somebody said that to you? They mention something and you go, you're right, that is a problem. I didn't think about it that way. Boom. Because what's my job is to solve problems. That's all I do. I just need to find the problem and solve it. Love solving problems. Less than 2 years left on the loan. They probably got higher mileage. Their vehicle's out of warranty. What's the problem? Need to get you in a vehicle that's in warranty. We've got the features are wrapped, just like your cell phone advances every 2 or 3 years, those vehicles are advancing every 2 or 3 years. You want to come and get the next best thing? Let's go. You've got some equity. Purchases, here's a big one that people don't think about. Anybody that purchased a sedan 2 years ago, what are they fixing to do?
SUV.
They're going to go to an SUV. Why do you think manufacturers quit making sedans, most of them? Because we like bigger in America. Bigger's better. They fixing to go to an SUV. I love it because what's going to happen with your Hyundai, your Kia customers? You're at a Hyundai store.
I'm at
Nissan store. That's right, Nissan. The Hyundai store is just on this side. I got you. Yeah, Nissans. So, but same thing. Nissan's got sedans. What happens with those customers 2 years ago that had a sedan? They're going to come in and want to get Rogue or something else, right? Or another one that you may have a newer traded-in SUV that fits them that they were looking for. Well, I was thinking of looking at a Mercedes. I got one of those Mercedes GLEs. Come on in. Because Nissan, Hyundai, Kias, we all have the luxury brands, the other brands, SUVs as well. We get 25s. So people want to cross-trade. They went and bought the new 25. Oh, I didn't really like it. I'm going to come get this one from you. New. And so you get the new 1 year, 2 year used upper end vehicle, right? Vehicles projected at 180K miles. Why is that? Because people, they don't want to be in high mileage, right? Would you like, now some are okay because that's what they can afford. But some that have had their vehicle for a while, that's what I'm looking for. You see how I'm hunting deals? I'm fishing. This is where, when you, anybody here hunt or fish?
I'm getting into it.
Get into a fish, right? So when you go fishing, do you go throw your lure in the middle of the lake or do you go throw your lure where that log is?
Throw it in the middle.
In the middle? Depends on what you're fishing for, right? If I told you you're fishing for trout, where are you throwing it?
I'm gonna throw it in between.
In between, right? What if I told you you're fishing for catfish?
Yeah, they don't want to throw it out there.
Yeah. What you're looking for. The waters, where you're putting your lure at. If I tell you you're going to go hunt deer, you're going to go out to the desert to go hunt deer? Right? Come on. Frequent service visits. Here's another good one. If they're constantly, some CRMs you have access to. Managers have access to it for sure. They can see a customer's service history, and if they're constantly coming into service, that's a customer you need to be calling. So I loved going up to my service writers and going, hey, who do you have coming in service all the time for something that we haven't been able to fix? Or they're having this issue and they're constantly having a issue. I would love to talk to them. Because I bet you they're getting tired of it. And they want to get out of something. And they're going to decide to do it because they have a pain. And they're going to eventually solve that pain. Here's what you do. You take 100 customers. 100. Okay? I'm going to do 30 a day. Can you make 30 calls a day?
Sure.
That's not hard, right? That's just 30 a day. Dude, that's like literally almost 1,000 a month. Wow. Who makes 1,000 phone calls at your dealership, Ken? Not a single soul. Who makes 300 phone calls? Maybe 5%, 10%. And that's not even counting prospecting calls. That's just their normal lead calls. Prospecting calls, 30 a day. Get your list so that you can keep track of it. Because now you can color code with highlighters or notes, right? Don't just throw it in the CRM. Keep them separate in a list. Because if you just throw it in the CRM, can they get lost in all your other shuffle? And is that not a pain and screw you up? Because now if I'm focusing on orphans while I'm trying to focus on my hot, hold on a second, it's two different things. I'm not power houred. Get you 100, call 30, and then call 30, and then call 30. Well, guess what? What happens now? In 3 days, I've gone through most of my list. Well, guess what I'm going to go back through and do? Call my next, and call my next. And I'm going through the same 100. This is why I say just do 100. Because you're going to have customers, yeah, I got the appointment. Do I need to call them again? No. They say it's quit calling. It's in the interest. Great. I'm going to black mark them off the list. So as I get further in the month, Now I'm calling ones that I hadn't been able to get engaged with, right? So now I'm touching them more, and I'm touching them with video, text, or emails. I'm doing anything I can to get them engaged. I just picked 100. That's all I need to talk to. 100 of the most possible people that are looking to buy a vehicle, not just random off the list. You see where I'm getting at? I need it sorted this. I'm going to pull 100 of those type people, and that's where I'm going to go hunting with. So now, because I got them, guess what? I've sold a ton of vehicles to start the month because I got these people in. The end, my orphan owners are going to start slowing down because I've already spoken with them, right? Is your energy higher when you sold a bunch of vehicles at the beginning of the month? Yeah. Now you're ready to fire it up to go to the end, right? Don't slow down. Take that fuel and momentum and just let it go. Keep pushing it. So you're going to find 1 to 2 from social media. Posting every day on social media. Posts you can do are deal drops with transparent pricing. Here's something that most people aren't doing. Everybody here has got Auto Trader on their dealer website, right? Or Cars.com. Do you know Cars.com and Auto Trader tells you a monthly payment you can projectly be at? Automatically in the advertisement. Don't have to do anything. $399 a month with approved credit, $150 a month with approved, whatever the vehicle is. It automatically figures out just whatever. If you could do that and show that with a WAC, with approved credit, you're just fine. What brings them in? It's not price, it's payment. It's not that the vehicle was $10,000. Why do you want a $10,000 vehicle? Because I want to be at a $200 payment. Great, we can get you probably in a $12,000 or $13,000 vehicle. It can only be $40,000. Why? Because all I can afford is $800 a month. Great, I could probably get you in something that's $45,000 because the typical what people do is $20 a math. They don't know how to do the math. I've literally had somebody tell me I need a $40,000 vehicle because I don't want to be more than a $1,000 payment. You already know that's wrong, right? They just can't do the math. Great, let's find the right vehicle for you. I'm going to bring them in with payment because that's really why they have a price, is because they're focused on payment. Then I'm going to education carousels. What if a lease versus financing? What was 0% on 60 versus doing 84 with special rate? Which one's better for you? Getting $10,000 off the vehicle or getting 0 and doing 0%? Well, taking the $10,000 off is better for me because it's actually my interest rate isn't going to eat that. Right? Now, if I'm on a $100,000 vehicle, then hold on a second. But if I'm on a $30,000 vehicle, buying a $8,000 vehicle and having a 39% interest rate, you're not paying that much in interest over 24 months, are you? It's not, right? So is it a big deal? Yeah, it was maybe $700. Okay. Well, I don't want to pay that much interest. You're paying $700. Really? I thought it was more. They can't do math in their head. I can explain the differences between the two, right? Happy deliveries. And when I do my post for my happy deliveries, it's a story in the description. Or you did a video with your customer. People don't want to just see you sold them a picture. They want to see the story behind it. What problems did they have? How did you solve it for them and love on them? And then tag them. People love hearing their story. All you're doing is you're sharing the relational side, not the transactional side. Because if I just took a picture and posted it that I sold a vehicle, is that transactional? Yes. Quit doing it, Ken.
I know.
Because I've told you this. I've told you this. Trade call-outs. What if you did a post of the video, hey guys, we need your trade. We pay the most for your trade. Come see me. We pay more than Carvana and CarMax. Come see me first. I'm just looking for somebody looking. I'm just constantly posting. Special financing, good credit, bad credit. We get the best approvals. So I actually had somebody do this and they literally got 10 leads off of this one post. I said, do a special financing one. Good credit, bad credit. We get you the best approvals. Not we get you approved because you get everybody approved. No, but do you get them the best approvals? Yes. Now that gets me, right? Because I said we get you approved. Everybody knows you're lying. You can't get me approved, right? We get the best approvals for you. And then be consistent and active and come up with some stuff. That's what ETC is. Just be creative. Come up with some stuff. All right, so now we have referrals. I can get 1 to 2 from my referrals. So you notice how I did with Jamari earlier. I literally said the fastest way to $1,500. $200 per referral. You send me 5, I'll give you another $500. Literally another sales rep that I told this to, what he has seen happened is when he did this, literally a customer called him up a week later, and this is a guy that was struggling. He couldn't get anybody to fill the lead out. He couldn't get anybody when they called him on the phone. Do you know anybody looking to buy a vehicle? Nope, I don't. Okay, just if you do, send them my way. That's typically what a sales rep says, right? Don't work. You have them fill a sheet of paper out before they leave. But if the sheet of paper says, referral $200, give me 5 names. Are you filling that paper out? No, because you can't do the math. 5 times 200 is actually $1,000. And in your mind, you're just like, okay, I don't know anybody that's looking. I'm not going to fill the sheet out. But if I put on the sheet the fastest way to $1,500, holy cow, that got my attention. It's a hook. I'm going to look at the sheet of paper. Man, the $1,500, 5 names, I'm going to give you 5 names. And they may be actually names that are people that really could buy. And then the customer a week later called him up, hey, I want to make sure I get 5 people to you. I have some more people that I thought of as well. Let me give them to you. And then again, another week later, got another phone call from the same guy giving him another person. Because he wants his $1,500. You see how I've enticed him? Because here's the thing. In today's age, think about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, was $100 a lot of money?
Yes.
Was $100,000 a year a lot of money? Why do you think I call this 200K now? Because 20 cars a month isn't an elite sales rep. That should be just an average sales rep. You're just an average Joe selling 20 cars because it's easy to sell 20 cars in this market. It's easy to make $100,000 a year. It's easy. If you ain't doing it, you don't want to put the work into it, period. It should be the average. There's some of our coaches out here that are trying to get, there's one that's trying to get somebody to sell 22 cars in a dealership. Their average sales reps sell 22 cars. That's the average per rep is 22. That's the number. That's his goal, which I love it because average should be that number. That shouldn't be the elite. What's happened is when your manager was selling cars, 100K was great, 20 cars was great, and you get treated like you're royalty and you can do whatever you want, and then that's the lid. When they get there, did they try to sell more? No, they quit doing things. They just happy here. Well, that's not getting you growing anywhere. You're just average. In the car business, you should be selling more cars every year. You should be selling more cars. You should be increasing your number year over year, 20 to 30 plus cars without fail every year over year. If you're not, you're doing something wrong because you're getting referrals off every fresh customer you get. You're getting repeat business back from every fresh customer. You are doing something wrong and not building relationships. And there's dealerships out here that tote their people. They've been here 10 years and they're still selling 190 to 210 cars, and that's the number they've been at. They're elite. They're a pro. They're garbage. Because I pull on that dealership lot and those sales reps are just sitting here on their phone watching outside, just watching a lot. They're not prospecting. They're not doing what they need to be doing. They're not loving on people. If you're taking care of people, you will exponentially grow in this business. And I'll draw the chart after lunch for you guys. The other referral programs are Christmas cards, birthday cards, and I call it birthday month cards. Because who here loves to have a birthday? And who here loves to celebrate it all month? It's unique. Do you think anybody's telling them happy birthday month and sending it to them in the beginning of the month? Heck, do you think they're even getting a birthday card? Because I know our CRMs tell them to send a birthday video and send a birthday phone call, but they're not getting a birthday card. When you sell the car, fill a thank you card out. Put it in the mail with 3 of your business cards. Get it out the next day. They're going to get that in the mail about the time they're getting their CSI survey. Like that little nigga, right? Birthday month cards. I filled the birthday card out and put it in a box, 1 through 12, and put it in that box for that month. Christmas card, fill the same thing out, handwritten, personal. Is it easy to do it when you sell the car? One card a day, 2 cards a day? Versus having to do 2,000 in a weekend? Sucks, your hand hurts. Trust me. I remember when I got punished as a kid, the worst punishment I got was not spankings. It was literally when my dad would go, you're going to sit down, son, you're going to write this sentence 1,000 times. You know the Simpsons, the first Simpsons trailer where Bart's in there writing, I will not do this on the chalkboard, right? That's what it was for me when I got in trouble. I would have to sit down at this, and I couldn't go out. And my window was right next to where all the kids played in the street. So literally, I would see everything. I couldn't do anything. And that wasn't the punishment. My hand freaking hurt. I'm sorry. A carpal tunnel and just it like you're like this. Like I can't do any. It hurt. It was pain. And it irritates because I would whine and moan for like a day before I'd even start. And I wouldn't be able to do anything until I got it done. So I learned just to attack and get it done, but I learned that works. But it's the same thing with the Christmas cards. I started doing it, and it reminded me of it. It's like, no, screw this. I'm going to do one at a time, right? Just one as I go. So do your Christmas cards, send it out, because most people aren't getting Christmas cards. Every time you send a card out, put 3 business cards in it. Now, the next year, you're going to have to write a bunch because you got your ones from your previous year, and you can do that through the whole year instead of waiting till the end. Now, your Christmas card does not need to be a Christmas card you go buy at Walmart. Make your Christmas card something personal. You can put your branding logo on the back, your phone number on the back, because the Christmas card is what gets put on the fridge or the mantle or held around, and they keep the nice ones. It's another form of like a flyer. Think of it that way, okay? Can you get 1 to 2 customers from referrals? Yes. So if you add all that up, literally, let's just come out before it goes that. If I add all that up, right? That's 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 7 is 11, plus another 4 is 15. So that's 15, and then if I do the other side, that's 17, plus 6 is 23. 15 to 23 deals just in your first 90 days. You can really get to 25 and 90, which is what I did. I destroyed 25. Actually, I got to 30 and 90. But you can get to 25 cars in 90 days. What's the most cars you sold?
Most cars I sold was 19.
You can get to 25. We just got to start now. Ken?
15 and a half.
Because you're not doing everything I told you. And you know it. You're to start. We're going to get you 25 to 90. What if you were selling 25 cars in February? That'd be killer, wouldn't it? Imagine that paycheck. And how old are you, Jamari? 22. Imagine being 22 years old. You hadn't gone to college yet, have you? No college. 22 years old. And you're making 6 figures a year. You could be making multi-6 figures a year. Dude, did you ever think that was possible? I can tell you I didn't. I told you full of crap. I thought car sales only made $40,000 a year, and I thought I was making good, making $70,000 a year.
That's what I thought too. I was like,
dude, you talk about a lid. I thought $150,000, and I was a big king. I made that within the first 9 months of being in the business. Damn. And that wasn't a commission store, by the way. Dude, that was per unit. I didn't get paid unless I sold, and it was only per unit. We had a little bit of bonuses on there, but it was on trade. That was it. Which I'll teach that.